Hi, my name is Stephanie Espinosa Moreno. I am a university student. Next, I'm going to tell you about my trip to the state of Chiapas. So, before starting, I will explain a little more about Chiapas. Chiapas is a state in southern Mexico which borders Guatemala. It is a very beautiful and popular state for its mountains areas, um, archaeological sites, and above all, its beautiful, really beautiful landscapes. I remember that my family and I went by car, and I think my grandparents was in their truck, and my uncles in their car with my cousins. I remember that we first stop was Palenque, and which is a popular archaeological area. We were so excited because the only archaeological sites we knew was Chichen Itza, and visit the Palenque was a really magnificent experience, and we we really enjoyed it so much. I remember that when we left Palenque, we headed towards the Cascadas de Agua Azul. I also remember that we arrived at night, so we decided to stay to sleep in some small cabins that were there. So the next day, we got up so very early and headed towards the waterfalls, and which are so very beautiful. I also remember that they gave us permission to enter the waterfalls to swim, but only in a specific area, and I remember that the water and was so very cold, so entering the swing was so difficult. After to walk it and swimming for a while in the waterfalls, we headed towards San Cristobal de las Casas, and which is a city in high area of Chiapas. I remember that to get there and was very dangerous since we had to climb a large mountain in a spiral shape, and there was too much mist. There we stayed in a hotel, and at the night we went out to see the city where it was very cold. And I remember that we went to a small bazaar, and that was in front of the cathedral, and we bought some embroidered the blouses. And at the next day, we went to the Sumidero Canyon, where we were given a boat tour, and we were able to see so many species of marine animals. I remember that we arrived at a place where we were about to visualize a crocodile. At the end of the tour, we headed back to the city of San Cristobal de las Casas, where we went to some restaurants to eat. And I do not remember the food we consumed that day, but I do remember that we were all freezing from the cold. That was our last day of our trip, which lasted a week or two, and I can't remember. I remember that a week after returning home, um, my sister and I was diagnosed with hepatitis, and the doctors informed us that the cause could have been a fish that we eat in Cascadas de Agua Azul. Ultimately, the trip was a great experience for me and my family, since it was the first time that we all traveled together. And my parents, my grandparents, my cousins, my aunts, my sisters, everyone. And it's really a great resource for everyone. And that's all I have to say about my trip with my family to Chiapas. And thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.